Hey everyone, welcome to Pilferville 2 Gaming again. I wanted to do a video on this Planet Coaster Console Edition. This is actually the new PlayStation Plus game that came out this month. I know some people were kind of disappointed on it, but I don't think they've actually played it. I thought it was a pretty fun game. I used to play it on PC, so I thought I'd do a video on it. I know it's not everybody's kind of style, but it is a very fun kind of city builder. It's a park builder kind of game. So I thought I'd go ahead and do this. I'm in the career mode. I actually just finished up the first pirate. It was like a pirate themed mission. This is actually, there's different parts of each section. So within Captain Lockjaw there's 3 different parks, as you can kind of see over here, that I completed the first one on gold. Now we're going to go ahead and start this second one, The Creature Awakens. So each scenario has a couple of different things that you need to do. So this one, The Creature Awakens, we have a lot of issues with some staff, like apparently in this one. So the first one, we can see over in the left side, that is our objectives, and you have an easy, medium, and hard. You can get as many, or I guess as least amount of objectives you want to do in any given career mode. So the first one we need to do is we need to employ 2 janitors, easy enough. Build 2 rides, but one of them apparently is already built for us. We need to do, to get medium, we need to hire 2 mechanics, and then of course hard, it'll be 2 entertainers, and then of course it'll be the guest count that will get us the gold.
Now, this park might present slightly different hurdles to the usual ones. There have been a few minor problems with the staff in the past.
You mean because they were eaten by a sea monster? There's no way I'm setting foot in this place.
Lucy, you know very well that the rumors about the Kraken are absolute balderdash. It's simply a mechanical attraction that a couple of workers may have fallen into the mouth of. And they were fine. Plus, that Kraken makes a heck of a centerpiece for the underground ride they just opened.
An underground attraction? Okay, I'm back on board. Let's ride this puppy!
So these are the priority passes. You can put them in your park if you want to. They allow people to skip the lines. I've never, I don't know, I usually don't build too many of those in a park when I do it, but that's just me. It's usually kind of a later function. So one of our things was actually to hire 2 janitors. We have none right now. So let's go ahead and hire 2 of them right now. And we have a weird, I kind of got stuck down there when I was zooming in, but we have like a weird, I don't know, like octopus ride. I don't even know what this is, so. And we need to go ahead and build the ride. So our I don't know, I guess that, I guess it is a, this is our initial ride right here, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of that. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a look. So we have a lot of people, like I was talking about. There's a queue line and then there's an exit line for every ride. So the queue line, I always take a peek and I say, okay, is this something that, this is completely full. Here's our ticket guy right there in blue where my cursor is. He's taking the tickets. This line, you cannot fit any more people on this. So what I always do when that is the case, plus it's the only ride right now, is I go ahead and jack up the price a little more, because that means people are obviously willing to pay more. That will help us get more money to build more of our rides that we need to get to finish out all the objectives. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look. Is there any other coasters? We probably don't actually have the money for them right now, because they are, ooh, that one's $30,000. But a great ride. It's got some excellent stats to it for sure. I might go ahead and go with this one because it's only a third of the price and the stats really aren't that different. So the higher the excitement, you know, definitely that appeals to more of your teenagers. So when we do marketing campaigns, which I'll show you in a little bit, that will kind of affect that. They also have families and adults. And the nausea rating is really, really low on this one. The higher the nausea rating, the less people will like this one and repeat write it. And the fear factor obviously appeals to only certain types of people. So your teenagers will kind of love more of the thrill rides. The log flume we can definitely afford. It just kind of has a lower fear factor. These rides are cheap. They typically don't cost more than a few $1,000s, and you get a lot of bang for your buck, especially this Insanity. So I'm going to show you this really quick. $2,900, and I'm going to go ahead and place this over here. Now, when I always place these, I try to maximize the space that they have given us in the park here. So this is our entrance, and it automatically comes in here to place the entrance. I always try to place the entrance kind of more a little bit in the back, and that is to allow for more queue space. So the line queue, and then I always put the entrance kind of close, and it'll automatically kind of place our exit there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place this, but I always kind of weave mine kind of in and out. And you can kind of fit more people that way, because I'm telling you, eventually you'll have a ton of people in your park, and it's better to have all those people waiting, because they will, if they don't have enough space to wait, they'll just kind of leave.
Well done there.
And they won't pay any money for the tickets. So you want to make sure you have a long enough queue line. So we just hit the bronze, the easy objective. All we had to do is build 2 rides. This was our second ride.
Nobody's been eaten by the Kraken.
So just because you build a ride does not mean it is open. So right now it is currently closed, as you can see right here. You can go to this orange button, and it will test it to make sure everything is okay. I usually don't really care. I go ahead and just go for green, and that will open it up. If I hit the R1 tab on this, on PC, you can obviously just click. It'll show you your ticket price. And right now it's at $8.50. I'm just gonna leave it at the default price for right now. I wanna see how many guests are gonna go ahead and line up and pay that, because they will give you a lot of good feedback on this ride, and basically if it's too expensive, they won't ride the ride. Down here a little bit towards the bottom, you can see how much profit you're making. Right now we've obviously spent $2,900, and we haven't gotten anybody to ride it. So it's obviously not going to have anything. It takes about a month to actually get those up and running. So I'm going to go ahead right now, and I'm going to hit on the consoles. On the PC, obviously, you can just speed it up as you need to, but on the consoles, it's square, and then you can actually speed this up. Let's go ahead and get some more people on that. I also want to see how this is doing. I raised the rates, and it doesn't seem to really affect how many people are riding this. We're still completely full. So I may actually just hike this up just a tad bit more. So we're at 25.50. I'm just going to do, let's make it an even 26. And let's see how that is. So for reference, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So our potential monthly profit just went up a little bit. So we are looking at about $1,050. The lifetime profit, we still have not paid back the money, because they're obviously just thinking that once we started the game, that's when the profit started. So we have not slowed down at all. Even though I've jacked up the prices, we're still actually completely full in that queue line. So I may actually hike that up again. Insanity does not look like we're attracting too many people, so we're going to lower the ticket price on this one to $8. Hopefully we can get some more people to do that. So end of month summary. I'm going to go ahead and show you this. This is park management. So there's all kinds of different things you can look in here. So one, guest happiness. It'll tell you the park entry is free. You can actually charge a ticket price if you want, but a lot of people like that the entry is free. We're getting some complaints that they wish they had a drink shop, and I'll get to that in just a second, and a food shop. People are thinking that the Kraken layer is cheap, and that's kind of funny, so I may actually have to raise that rate even more. And then here's our finances every month, so you can see how much profit you're making. So right now April is still going on, but we're hovering about $800 right now. And last month we did about $1,000 in profit. So we obviously want to keep that going. And then on the left-hand side, you can basically see that's how much profit we've made. We're already up to 1,000, and we just beat last month. So that's very, very good. We're not making any money on our facilities. Just below that number, you can see a Ferris wheel, a little building, and then your clipboard. So we're losing money on our, usually you're going to lose money on your facilities, like your toilets and things like that, unless you decide to be a dick and charge money for those, which you can. It's kind of funny. And you can see your park cash, it is going up, obviously, because I'm making some good profit. And then your park value. There is some more stuff, like you can see your staff happiness. So here's all the staff right now, and you can kind of see how much they're worked. So we do have a person here that is resting, which is not allowed. No, I'm just kidding. You can train your staff. So what that does, the higher the level, the more work they can take on, and the more efficient they are. But however, their pay will go up. So you got to be a little bit careful when training your staff. But I am going to go ahead and do this because I don't want to have to hire any more janitors. And you can see that the workload automatically went down to low whenever I trained them. So that's good. We actually have no mechanics, and I did not realize that. So we want to make sure that we have a mechanic. And what they do is they inspect your rides, and then they also make sure that if they are broken, that they will go ahead and fix them. So you want at least one of those. There is security guards, but I typically don't hire them because I want to keep maximum park profit in the beginning so that I can spend as much money on roller coasters as I can. And it's just kind of a waste of a monthly expense. If you start hiring way too many people, you're going to cut into your profits, and it just lowers the ability that you can have for other things. So I don't usually buy any security guards or anything like that until I actually see that there's issues in the park. Vendors, every time you build a, let me go back to that. Every time you build a like burger shop or drink shop or whatever it is, they come with a vendor, but sometimes those people quit. You will have to rehire them. You can also hire extra vendors to do shifts and help alleviate people so they don't get burnt out and quit. There's pretty much 4 basic, no matter what park you're in. Like we do happen to have like a little bit of a pirate theme, so to speak, on this particular challenge. And I could hire that, but these are the 4 entertainers. Again, I typically won't hire any entertainers until later on. It's just not a very good use of your money early on in the game. So let's go ahead and go into, actually I was going to go into our, this, well, real quick before I go into the research, this kind of tells you our most popular ride. What's crazy is now that Insanity that I just built, that little ride that cost me $2,900, that's actually our most popular attraction now. So I'm going to be raising the ticket price on that. Our most profitable one is obviously the Kraken Lair. I mean, we're up to like $26 a ticket. I can't believe people are paying that, but hey. This kind of gives you a general overview. We have 2 shops. We have an information building and a staff building. We are generating profit in our information building, so I might take a little peek at that. And we have 42 speakers apparently, and they do actually cost money. Every single one of these are 50 cents to run these park speakers. Now they came with the park, so you can always add on to those later if you so choose. I usually don't really mess with them until I'm like really late in the game, if I do. This will tell you how many rides you have. And how many monthly customers. We have 250 monthly customers on Insanity. I'll bet you the only reason why we have so many is because the Kraken's Lair is such a long ride that it takes a while to turn over your customers, right? How many times somebody can ride that ride? Somebody can ride Insanity because it's only a 30-second ride, but this is a much longer ride. But the Prestige is 5 stars, so that means I can charge a whole lot of money. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and up this price again. While I'm in here, you can actually do it on all of your rides if you so choose. Like if you have a big marketing campaign coming up, you can go ahead and just mass, up all the prices. I'm actually going to go ahead, since this is our most popular ride, I'm just going to increase that by $1. And I'm going to leave that at $26.50. That'll still probably be our most profitable. So here we can do 3 different things. We can have marketing, we can have loans, and we can have research. So research allows us obviously to get more either rides or buildings. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to, we can do a first aid, but I typically, you really don't really need those in the very beginning. I hardly ever do any of the scenery because I just don't really care about doing that, especially early on in the game. There's a track ride that's kind of like your rides that'll take you around the park. Again, I really don't research those too much. I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, these little rides that only cost like $1,500. It's crazy how much money you can make off of them. So I'm going to go ahead and start the research on that. And I'm going to wait on the marketing campaign because we're too early in this and we only have 2 rides, and it's really not going to behoove us to spend that kind of money because these campaigns are very expensive. $1,000 a month. That's our entire profit that we're making right now. And it wouldn't be wise because we just can't handle the extra traffic right now. So what I'm going to do, this ride is actually only about $5,000. And I'm actually kind of debating on doing that, but I may actually just do, let me do this Rocktopus ride. Like I said, these little rides, it's just kind of amazing how much money you can make off of them. So I'm just going to make this one, I'll just put it right next to, let's see. Oh, I see, I gotta, there we go, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this kind of more over here, and then the entrance, I'm going to go ahead and put, like I said, I always try to put the entrance kind of away so I can make that queue line a little longer, and then of course my exit and be right on the path. So. And I think that should be enough, I guess. Let's go ahead and open the ride, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jack up the price just to $550. Let's see, we have hopefully quite a bit of people. And then what I like to do, and I meant to show you this, is we have these facilities, right? And it's kind of funny, like the stock name or the default name, a lot of these. So you can see like the Cosmic Cow, that's like your drink stations a lot of times. And then you have your Chief Beef, that's like your burger shop, and then you have some hot dog places and things like that. So I typically, you can see how many people are congregating in this little tiny area with a lot of these rides. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to make the shop, or all of my restaurants and things like that, I'm going to put them right in there because you'll get a ton of money for having those. So I'm going to go ahead. That was one of our complaints, was not having, I don't even know if we have any toilets, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and build a bathroom, although, people can wait. Let's see. These can be a little bit tricky. If you hold down the square button on the PS4, you can actually kind of rotate these, which is kind of nice. You're going to want to have a bathroom next to these little rides. And the reason why is the nausea rating is a little higher on those rides typically. So you want to have a bathroom kind of nearby. Let me go ahead and first, I'm going to upgrade this path. So the paths are kind of neat. This is actually this will actually match the current path, and you can actually select obviously different ones if you want, and then you can actually adjust the length and the width and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool how they have that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make another path down here so that we can open this up. Oh, there we go. And what that'll do is allow us a little more flexibility and room in there. And then what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and get usually don't buy the ice cream stands. I usually stick with the Chief Beef and one of the drink shops. Here's a pizza place. Where's Chief Beef at? Okay, so here's the Chief Beef. I always try to squeeze like as much as I possibly can in here. So let's see if I can. So there's that. And then let's go ahead and get, let's see, ice cream. See, they have a smoothie place, but I was hoping just like a drink. I'm trying to remember what the drink things was. Maybe I'll just do the smoothie though. That'll hopefully quench somebody's thirst, huh? So there's a lot you can do with that square. You can see you can actually put it underground. You can actually raise it. So there's a couple different options we have there, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. So this will be a pretty main pathway into here because we're actually going to have a lot coming through here. We're going to have a lot of extra rides in here. So I need to hire some more staff apparently because one of my vendors actually quit. So the next thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to add, you can, if you want, build more than one ride. I wouldn't recommend it. You can always just kind of build more of these different rides, but I wouldn't build more of the same ride, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with a coaster here. It's a single track. And I'm going to see, you can do some very quick kind of adjustments here. Let me see if I can go ahead and fit this. That would be pretty awesome if I could. Nope, it's obstructed. So if I hold it, sometimes you can, I think it's obstructed because of the terrain over here, so I'm just going to have to raise that just a bit. And I might actually recess that just a little bit so I can put more of the tiny rides in that little pathway. So that was enough right there. And then what I'm going to do, we already have our entrance and exits over here. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that path. And with the path, you can kind of see there is a queue line over here, and it's actually on the right hand side. And then you can build some stairs, and then that should, yeah, there we go. And I think that should be a long enough queue. That would, I just realized that would be awful to climb all those stairs just to get to a roller coaster, but it is what it is. I had to kind of do with what they gave me, so. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I'm going to change the width because it really doesn't need to be that high. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that down to the bottom there. And then I'm going to go ahead, let's go ahead and connect this to there. And then with the path, I'll go ahead and complete our queue line. And then we'll go ahead and open this up. This should give us quite a bit of revenue. Your roller coasters typically, obviously, are your highest money makers. And again, I never bother to test. Oh, I have to test it, don't I? So, and I can already tell I'm gonna charge an even $10 just starting out and see what that does for us. So when it says multiple staff members have high workload, what you can do is you can go to your staff. We have some pretty low unhappiness. I try to keep that at least about an 85%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see who is overworked. And you want to see the workload over here. And it is our vendors. That would just require more training, to be honest with you. They can hire, or they can handle a lot more customers when they are better trained. But like I said, their pay does go up, so you kind of have to give and take a little bit. So I think I'm going to go ahead and hire one more janitor, because a high workload and a medium workload, that usually means they're just overworked. And the inspector, now that we have quite a few more rides, I'll go ahead and add one more inspector to that mix. You can see our staff happiness already went up to 76% just because I trained them, mainly because of the raise as well. They're going to be happier and they got a raise. So let's go ahead and add some more staff. We have enough. we have enough rides now, I think, that we can really justify adding these extra expenses. So this should be done testing, so we can go ahead and start that up. And we'll have a lot more foot traffic through here because of this roller coaster being open. We'll also probably see our new facilities over here, our Chief Beef and our smoothie place. Looks like it's doing very, very well. In fact, I might make another restaurant over here. I might make a pizza den if I need to. This ride is insane. So let's go ahead and up that price. This one's not doing too well, so let's go ahead and lower this down to $8.50 because we're really not getting the traffic we once were with that. The Kraken doesn't look like it's completely full, so I may just kind of keep it where it is. This looks like to be the ride everybody wants to be on now, is the Rocktopus. This one looks like it's doing okay. Let's see. Yeah, we made a $760 profit last month, so hopefully we can make that into our new number one. That was obviously a huge expense for us, so we want to make a lot. So our lifetime profit on this one was $800. We were making about $600 last month. Let's see what this one was. Yeah, this one wasn't as good. Hopefully lowering that price a little bit will encourage more people to ride. I think the default is to have the ride half full, and then people will go ahead and ride it. But obviously you want a completely full ride. That would obviously give you more bang for your buck. This one did about 650, so I'd be curious. Let's go ahead and go to our overview here. So we're making, I think when I very first started this, I was right at about $1,000 a month in profit. We're actually closing in on about $3,000 a month now, so that's really, really good. Go ahead and take a look at our rides now. The Prestige, this is the new one we just built, the Little King. Looks like that is actually our number one most profitable ride now. So that was a good buy. So Insanity, the Prestige kind of went down because it's not new anymore. So there's a lot of things that affect the price. Eventually, though, however, if you get so old, you'll become vintage and you can charge a premium because of how old it is. So there's kind of all kinds of give and take on that. We saw still the most of 214 people on Insanity. So, and that you can see the difference in the reputation they established versus the new. So there's always the premium there. We have a lot of thirsty guests. I guess they can go get a smoothie because I built that for them. We're still having an awful lot of people on this ride. I'm actually debating kind of upping that another 50 cents maybe. Let's see. We need to actually go ahead and research another ride. So we did get Hammer Swing. Let's go ahead and go with another ride because these are definitely, like I said, these little rides are just going to make us a ton of money. And then here in a little bit, I'll probably go ahead and do a campaign. I think I want to get one more ride in before I do that. So here we have the Hammer Swing. This one has a lot of fear, not as much excitement, ton of nausea, but again, people will still ride these, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to raise that just slightly because it's kind of in the ground there, but I think that would be a decent spot to put that in. I always like to kind of overlap these here. Kind of, like I said, make the most use of my space. So let's see here. There we go. I guess I'll put the entrance right here, and then I'll put the exit right there. I think I like that. There we go. Now, what I'm doing is I'm actually going to Yeah, that should be a good enough queue line there. And then what I'm going to do is make the path. Like I said, I try to make these queue lines as big as possible because the more people that are waiting for your ride, the more they're actually going to pay. As soon as they cross that threshold in there with that ticket ride, this area right here, they've paid. And gosh, there is a ton of litter in here. And I thought that was a janitor. I was like, really, you're just going to walk by all that? Let's go ahead and hire one more janitor. Because this is really, really bad. I could probably put some trash cans down too, but yeah. All right, so we do have another couple rides going to be coming in here pretty soon. This guy is thinking about quitting, so what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and slow this down just a bit and talk this guy off of a ledge. Hopefully he will not quit. Let's go ahead and give some of our people a raise. Tell them thank you. Let's go ahead and up that to 85. Like I said, the more training that you give somebody, the more you're going to have to pay them. So you can't just get away with paying somebody a little bit of money and thinking that's going to be okay. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pay him $70. You can't pay these brand new guys as much as you're paying these other guys, and that's probably why they're unhappy, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and pay him 75 and 75. The vendors, I think we've all got them up to 85, so we should be good there. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and train them. Actually, let's go ahead and get them up to 90 because we're going to be at level 3, so we should be able to keep all of our staff with that. Staff happiness, like I said, I always try to keep it at least at 85%. The guest happiness is pretty awful. I keep seeing the litter. That seems to be the biggest problem that they're having right now. So let's go ahead. We've hired another janitor that should kind of clean up the mess. And I'll tell you that, man, this Kraken, the Rocktopus, man, that's the ride to be on right here. Let's go ahead and up that to $7. We still have seen no slowdown. We do have a little bit of a line for Insanity, but I'm going to go ahead and lower this to $8. Again, I think that was the default price. We're just not seeing the traffic that we need to have on that one. I'm guessing this is the priority pass, possibly. Yes, it is priority pass. Okay. So what I'll do, I think I'm going to go ahead and up this again to $27 because there is quite a bit of people. So staff members can't find a staff building. So within the facilities here, there should be a staff building, and I'll just build another one of those. And basically within that is a place for them to rest when they're done with their shift. Actually, what I might do is I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. I think that's going to be the best place. Ooh, you know what? I think I messed it up because it's underground. Let me go ahead and I don't want to edit that. You can actually move your building, so you can go to edit. And down here at the bottom, you can actually move it. Sometimes it costs just a little bit of money, but I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it can be worth it, obviously. So, I should have known when I didn't see, because if you have it properly, like, there we go. So when you have it properly kind of where it needs to be, the pathway will automatically build itself in there. So there's our new staff building. Hopefully everybody quits complaining about it. It is kind of far though, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, so we have about 500 guests in our park. About now is the time that I'm going to go ahead and probably start to show you the campaign, and I'll show you the power that those campaigns have. So we have about 700 people in our park. I don't think, yeah, we actually do have, I might actually do 2 research projects at once, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to see, we're back down to about 1,000 a month, and the reason why is because you can actually tell where it is. A lot of it's going to be our staff wages. Our staff wages went way up, so that's going to cut into our profit, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and do, you know what, let's just go ahead and do the marketing campaign. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and do an online campaign. I think we're going to get some good traffic with that, and I'm going to go with viral videos. So it is, we're going to attract more teens with that, because I do have kind of a lot more probably teen base with the type of rides. I have a little bit of the high nausea rating, so that's kind of a lot. Let's go ahead and bump up his pay one more time so he doesn't quit on us. It kind of sucks, especially when you train these people and you kind of put all that, you know, the time and effort into training them and getting them all up to speed. You definitely don't want them to quit on you. This is really weird. So the path, I was wondering why this wasn't operational. This is super weird. I could have swore that I completed this.
Well done on your continued success. I'm very relieved.
And
that you
then
saw
I
fit to hire some
need
mechanics. The last thing we want is
the
for a
exit
train
path.
full
I
of
don't know. I
guests
could
to
have swore
break
I
down next to the
completed
Kraken,
that, but whatever.
given its less
Okay,
than stellar
so
safety
we
history.
have this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just assume that this is going to be pretty popular, especially now that we have the campaign going on. So anytime you have a campaign, you're going to have way more guests in your park. So I'm just going to go ahead and up almost everything in the park. I'm kind of surprised on this roller coaster. I thought there was going to be a lot more people, but so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and kind of speed this up and show you the differences here. I don't think this price really had any effect on this, so I may build one more restaurant in here. Looks like we're having a lot of congestion in here with people. It seems like a lot of guests are so hungry. It's like literally right here, guys. So we're at about, let's see, 684 guests. That should continue to rise. Let's go ahead and see how our research project is coming along. We are almost there. We have 5 more days. I do actually think, I don't think I want a new coaster right now. I hate to get that teacups one, but you do have to be careful. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, with these marketing campaigns, they do automatically renew on default. And if you hit the X button or on PC, you just uncheck this box here. I always don't auto renew because sometimes I just want to do it for just a little bit. That's a lot of money to have, especially when we're only making, we're not making a whole lot right now for profit. So I want to go ahead and take that campaign off just temporarily. I would like to have it on there. So. Like I said, typically your coasters, let me see how much we've made on this one so far. We made $1,000. Our profit is not too good. I was hoping we would have had our money back on that one already, but so I bet this one, I can tell you right now, we've already made, more than doubled our money by buying this one, because this Rocktopus, I tell you. Insanity, looks like that one's back up. Looks like a lot more people are going to ride that one. That is also because of the campaign. These are the type of rides that the teenage crowd tend to really, really like. I may actually do Hammer Swing. Let's bust that up to $9. Looks like we're getting pretty full. The thing about kind of catering to teenagers, though, in this game, is that you'll typically find that they, I think, if I remember reading correctly at one point, they tend to have a little bit less money. Let's go ahead and add a... Oh, I'm in the wrong one. I need to go to... I think I might add this Pizza Den, or Pizza Pen, excuse me. And look at that, it fits so perfectly right in here. Oh, I thought it was gonna fit. Oh, it had the, normally if it has the path like going into it, it's supposed to allow you to do it. Let's go ahead and put this on the corner. So we actually made a profit of almost $6,000 last month on that, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and put this Pizza Planet thing over here. And then I think what I'll do is I would like to get another drink shop. And let's go ahead and make it a milkshake stand. Because of course the milkshake. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that joke. So because I built these two new things over here, what I'm going to do is our research should be done. And it is kind of dumb, like you have to reveal the research, but it was Wild Blue. So let's go ahead. I guess I'm going to go ahead and just do the teacup one. I don't really want to, but... And then I'm going to build this brand new coaster that I just researched, ride. And I believe, what was it called? Wild Blue. Typically a pretty decent moneymaker. Let's see. I don't know. This probably is going to be obstructed, but whatever. If not, I'll just... There we go. Put it on the hill. Okay, so this one will probably be pretty popular. So I'm going to go ahead and put the entrance over here, exit right here. Whenever they're brand new, you can usually charge a lot more money, and there's I guess a lot of excitement. And let me make sure, yeah, that did actually connect. Okay, so we need to, for some reason that did not give me my exit path. All right, and like I said, I don't ever test these. You kind of have to on the roller coasters, but whatever. If somebody dies, they die, I guess, right? This one's actually pretty expensive on default, so I wanted to open that for two reasons. One, it's a great moneymaker. It will probably, honestly, be one of our top performers. And second of all, I wanted to get more traffic through here, because if you build these facilities like your Chief Beef or your food and drink beverages, if you put them off in the corner where nobody sees them, you're not going to get any kind of profits or anything like that. It's kind of weird like that. So I wonder what that is. Like you just like ride through, yeah, because you can actually ride all these rides. That's actually one of the options in this game. So if you go over, I'm trying to remember where that is, but I think it's at the bottom here, and you can like ride the ride, the camera over here. So yeah, you can like ride the ride and like see how it is. I bet you like go down and visit the Kraken. And I wonder, did we get? Oh, we need to hire 2 more entertainers, and we need to have 1,000 guests. The 1,000 guests, I guarantee I'll have here in just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and hire the 2 entertainers. Of course, let's go ahead and get Chief Beef to entertain our restaurant patrons. And then I guess technically the theme is Captain Lockjaw right now, so I'll go ahead and hire him. And now all we need is the guests. I could run another marketing campaign, but I have a feeling I'm not going to need to do that. I am going to go ahead and check on our staff happiness. It is starting to go down, so we can go ahead and train. And with that, I'm going to have to up their pay. Oops. Almost gave that guy a pay cut. Train and raise. Oops. Usually the more training too, I don't know why, but if I remember correctly, I think the more energy they end up having. And then, ooh, this person is almost at full. Full training level, which is kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and give them a raise, even though they just got hired. I know our janitors are like the unsung heroes around this place. Okay, let's go ahead and give him a nice bump. The mechanics, I don't think I've done any kind of training or any kind of raises, I don't think. Let's go ahead and give them. That should do it. And we should see that, yeah, we're already at above. So like I said, I try to stay above 85 if I can. Let's go ahead and see how our park is doing. We at one time, I think we're making the most of $3,000 a month, but of course, giving people raises and trying to keep up with employee expenses that can kind of cut into that. So we're at 2,500. It's still pretty good cash flow. And then we are only 30 people away from that goal to get onto hard for our final objective. And then once you get so many of these stars, you can actually move on to the next actual challenge, the next park in the career mode. And then there will be, I think there's typically about 3 or 4 sub parks within each one of those themes. So this one happens to be pirate. We're actually going down. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead. We have enough. We're making enough money right now. I feel comfortable go ahead and do it. I'm going to do one more campaign. I might just do another viral. Campaign. This one is actually done, so I don't know, do I build it? I don't know if I'm gonna. My main thing is I don't know where to put it. This one was doing pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out our coasters. Again, let's go ahead and see. So the Kraken Lair is actually our most profitable right now. We are charging 27. I may actually up that even more just because it is our main moneymaker and we have a full queue, full line of people waiting to go do that or go ride that ride. And then Rocktopus is doing pretty well, but surprisingly, Insanity is actually our second most profitable one, and then the hammer swing. The Little King, surprisingly, I'm not actually very happy with that. I thought that was going to be a little better, especially since we paid about $10,000 with that. So we have achieved all of the objectives in this park. We do have 1,000 guests now. We can either stay in the park or continue our career. At this point, I'll probably just go ahead and continue my career. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit. I personally don't ever worry about saving because a lot of these parks are so small in the beginning. So like I said, now we have 6 of the 9. So if I actually click on this, there's actually 3 different parks within this like main Captain Lockjaw's. So I'll probably do that 3rd one later. But and then as you kind of do that, you can unlock these further ones in the career mode, and then of course they get progressively harder as far as the difficulty. So I think that's going to do it for this video. I hope that was helpful and kind of showing you a little bit about the new free game of the month. And as always, I appreciate you for watching. Bye.